Hey y'all. Alright, so I don't know if y'all have been watching this, but National Treasure, The Edge of Tomorrow. Dude, that show on Disney Plus is awesome. Like, it's awesome. Like, I don't even, y'all need to watch the original National Treasures because those are OG. Those are legend. Those are amazing if you haven't watched it. But this show is amazing. It has mysteries, puzzles, love triangles, plot twists, like secrets, like from ancient history, treasure, all of that. Like, it's insane. It's like the best freaking treasure hunt ever. It's in the name, so I didn't spoil anything. Don't worry. But y'all, okay, so I just watched the season finale because I promised you I had to check because I'm like, if it says series finale, I'm gonna scream because ain't no way this thing's getting canceled because like this show is freaking amazing. Okay, so oh my gosh, there's a lot. Okay, so spoiler ahead if you haven't watched this. I'll put that in the caption though. So spoilers because I'm not that girl who spoils things. I'm just not her. But okay, so the season finale. So I'll do recap of everything first. Well, before this. After this. Okay, so the season finale, right? We're at the point where, Jess finds her dad because she like broke him out of prison and he was gonna like save her because Jess had like this only little bit of tunnel to go through and get her dad out of jail. She only had like 15 minutes. And Ethan and Tasha were waiting in the car outside, just keeping track of everything because Tasha's like super freaking smart and beautiful and strong and fearless for the record. And Ethan's just such a the nice, reliable, sweet guy, but then he's also a lawyer, so he's just a bad butt himself. He's awesome. Like, he's amazing. They're all amazing. And Oren coming in with the comedic relief. Oren is just awesome. He's just extra, and he's just a character. He's just awesome. I hope his shoe business comes though, because that would be really cool for him. Honestly, really dope. Happy for him. Okay, so Jess, the heroine, the main girl. So she is awesome. She's amazing. I love the diversity in this show, for the record. So that happened. More on the character review later. I gotta get the episode because I'm ADD and I'm spiraling. So, okay. So this episode, right? We get to blah blah blah. Da, da, da. Yeah. So Jess was gonna sneak her dad out of the prison. So she got in the prison, and then she knows her dad wasn't there because her dad low key was gonna do the same thing for her. So it's a really sweet reunion. Like, I still can't believe, I can't believe he's alive. He's been alive, like, this whole time, but in prison. Like, dude, it's been insane. So, anyway, we get there. We get to that point. And then, really sweet, really sad reunion. Tears. Really heartfelt. And then, Jess hears someone coming and all that stuff, and she's like, hurry, you gotta hide, there's no way to hide. So she gets in the bed, and like her dad's like bed, he had in his jail cell, and then she puts the covers over it, and the guard comes in, and she tries to be low-key quiet. I'm like, oh, you better not, like I'm glad a sneeze didn't come on up. Like, I'm glad you didn't sneeze or something. Like, that would be the worst timing in the world. Am I right? Seriously. So anyway, that happened. And then, he ends up fighting her. Oh, I'm like, girl, you better be dead, but I know you're not, but like, oh, like, this is not gonna be good. So, we get to that point, and then her dad comes in. Of course, her dad comes in to save the day and knocks out the guard and all that stuff. And she's like, what are you doing? He's like, I was gonna save you. She's like, I was gonna save you. What? You were gonna break me out? Yeah. So, they go outside, and there's this, like, sniper, like, right at the gate. Like, there's a lookout. There's a sniper, and I'm like, oh, dang, that's right where they need to go. So, her dad picked up, like, a piece of glass from the ground, and he like would like blind the sniper so Jess could start running and all that. And she had like bolt cutters at this point because that's what she used to get in the prison. The secret passageway, I think, was it like through the sewers, I think, or something like that? Something like that. So, oh, my new bracelet just fell off. So, anyway, so she got that. So she got there. And then she finally got across. I mean, I was like, hold my breath. I'm like, girl, you better run. You best run. Like, I did not breathe. Like, legit. I did not breathe to shoot across that because I did not know what was going to happen. My eyes were glued to this TV. Like, you will not, this is a must watch. And you'll be watching to the very, very end. Like, every single freaking second. Worth it. Worth it. Masterpiece. Love it. So, she gets across finally. And she starts to, like, open the fence thingy, the fence with the bolt cutters, those things. And her dad finally comes across and all that, but then not before, oh no, I know, I don't like this part. The sniper shoots the dad. So, but then they get across. So, but then the sniper we thought shot the dad, but actually shot like a hole in the concrete wall that was literally like right there that they were hiding behind. So I'm like, oh dang. But anyway, so he gets across and they end up getting free. Yay, they're free. Yay. I'm like, run, y'all, run. I'm like, father daughter reunited. I'm like, please never separate again. Like, dude. So anyway, so that happened. And then so they're running, and we think they're safe. But then I'm probably missing things, and I apologize to like the cast of the show and all the fans. I'm sorry. Like, next time I'll do one of me watching it so that all that stuff. But regardless, so they're running, and at this point, they have all the treasures. They have 3 boxes. Because Jess is super freaking smart, and I love puzzles, but dude, I wish I was that good. Like, dude, I want to become that good. I don't know how you become that good at puzzles. Like, literally. Like, she said something about the FBI does it or whatever. So, we do that. And then we get to the point where, Billy captures them and all that stuff. Billy finally catches up to her and her dad. She captures them. She gives her like, an ultimatum. Like, oh, give me the treasures or your dad dies. I'm like, dang. Queen. Like, Queen, I love her in Wednesday. Like, cause she's the mom of Wednesday, but she is a good villain. Like, she's freaking beautiful and freaking talented, like, so much. But she's a freaking good villain, like, freakishly. Like, go girl. Like, dude, I forget that she's the bad guy sometimes. I'm like, you go. I'm like, oh wait, she's the bad guy here. But anyway, so and it finds out and so that and little does she know that her boss killed her brother. Sucks. So, that's rough, buddy. So, anyway, so that happened. So, Jess is like, dang, okay. Dad's like, no, Jessita, no, Jessita, no. But then, she eventually does, because it's Jess, and she's awesome. She'll do the right thing. She might have cops chasing her, but she'll follow her gut no matter what. Because I promise you, I was scared because, this girl a beast. And that's good. And she fearless. But also, like, yeah, got kind of close. So, that happened. And so, yeah. So, fast forward. Billy has her dad and has Jess. So, her friends are trying to find her. And this love triangle I was talking about. Okay, it's Ethan. I'll dive into that more in detail later. I mean, yeah. But Ethan and then this new guy. And I'm like, wait, you look familiar. I know you. I know the redhead. I know that dude. Ooh, yeah, I know you. Because look, okay, Stargirl fans. I love Stargirl fans. This dude died. Like, he's from Mississippi too. And I am too. So, yeah. I love that. So, shout out. But he is awesome. But he died in Stargirl. And I'm like, dude, I was just starting to like your character. Like, and you would just go in and die in, like, the most brutal way. So I'm like, okay, I kind of missed him. So I'm like, dang. But then I'm like, oh, I'm glad he's back now. Like, he's cool. He's cool. So it's Ethan and Liam. And Liam is a heck of a good singer and a musician. And I'm like, oh, you just made me like you even more. Oh, like, oh. And such a beautiful voice. Like, so talented. Like, honestly. Sorry that his dad and grandpa died, though. Because treasure hunting, I guess, it just risks for everything. So they get to this point. So Billy takes them, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Her friends are trying to find them. And they get arrested, blah, blah, blah. And then, let's see what else happens. So they go to the actual treasure. Because the 3 boxes were like the three boxes that they collected, they were a big old map. Like, lo and behold, like, they were like a big old map. Like, they just had to open it, and it was like a huge big old map leading them to the actual treasure. So, it was in the Devil's Swamp in Mississippi. I love that. Mississippi is the best. I love that. I want to go see that swamp. I mean, really, but not really. Like, see from a distance, sort of thing. Like, maybe get a picture, like, sort of thing, but, like, not go inside, not go, like, there. I wouldn't go there. Like, that's just me. Because unlike in a TV show, you don't know what's gonna happen. So, anyway, so they went there. It's a beautiful swamp, by the way. It's pretty. But then we get to, like, this weird fog, and I'm like, yeah, this is not ominous at all. So, that happened, and then they get to dry land, and they start following this path, and there's this, like, giant statue with, like, green emerald eyes, and this, one of the Billy's muscle guys, bodyguards type person, goes and is like, oh, I'll just get the emerald eyes, just as a souvenir, just as a trinket, like, what could go wrong? They spray, like, this dragon thing sprays, like, this, like, mist or whatever, and it makes him hallucinate. So, lo and behold, he starts shooting at everyone because he thinks he sees, like, I don't know, bad guy. I don't even know what he saw. It's like, he's like, they're everywhere. So he starts shooting to try to calm him down. But then people get shot in the process. He dies, and another dude dies. Fair enough. I didn't really like him anymore, so fair enough. So that happened, and then Casey ends up getting shot. I kind of like Casey, even though she's a bad guy. I kind of like Casey. She's like Billy's right-hand woman. So she's pretty cool. So she ends up getting shot in the leg. And then, okay, y'all remember when I said that, lo and behold, Billy's boss killed her brother. But Billy was told by her boss that Jess's dad killed Billy's brother. And that's just hold on to that. So they start walking, and then they're like, okay, so they get to, like, this coyote, and coyote, I guess, is bad when it comes to, like, this kind of culture, like Mesopotamian, Aztec, and Mayan, like, all this stuff. So, like, okay, so that means trap. I forgot what that means in which language. I forgot what that meant. I forgot what it meant. Anyway, so that happened. And then, so lo and behold, they're like, okay, trap is going to come. All right, let's throw a rock. And they did, and thank goodness they threw the rock, because then a lot of arrows came out. And I'm like, yeah, that would have been y'all. Y'all would have been dead. So, anyway, that happened. And then Casey starts limping because of her shot, because she was shot. I mean, girl, of course. I mean, you were shot. I mean, you have the right to limp. So she was fighting through as much as she could. So then Billy's boss, Salazar, which I was not expecting him to be Salazar. Like, I don't know why, but I was not expecting, because Salazar posed as like an FBI boss, like an FBI agent, like a boss. So, a literal boss, like in charge and all that stuff. So I'm like, I wasn't expecting that. Like, and just him. I don't know. I just wasn't expecting him. I don't know. Just, he did a really good job. Don't get me wrong. He did a phenomenal job. Like, at being bad. Like, honestly. And it was a big old shock. I mean, kudos to that, honestly. I did not see that plot twist coming. But yeah. So, I mean, it was who we least expected. Literally. Always is. So, we get there, and then Salazar pulls out a gun and shoots Casey. And Billy's like, no, how could you? And Salazar's like, she was a liability. And then Billy backtracks to a conversation she had with Jess's dad, where Jess's dad told her that Salazar called her brother a liability and then shot him. And she's like, oh my gosh, he was right. You killed him. And he's like, well, he was a liability. And then she ends up getting a gun, just shooting him. I'm like, fair enough. I was ready for him to go. So I'm like, he's had enough screen time. He needs to go. Like, he needs to go. So that happened. And then, so lo and behold, so Casey's dead. Dude's dead. A lot of people are dead at this point. Meanwhile, Orin and Tasha are trying to get help because this FBI agent, her name is Agent Ross. She's awesome. She's boss. I love her. I love her actress. Like, I love who plays her. Like, I love her. Like, oh my gosh, she's been in so many things I've seen, but I haven't seen her in a while. And oh my gosh, like, yes. So, anyway, so she got shot and all that stuff. I mean, she got stabbed by Salazar. You know, 'cause she's like, freeze FBI, like, it's over. But then it didn't really work out. But I'm like, kudos to you. Good job for trying. But also, like, why did you go without backup? So, that happened, and then, which I hate that, because I'm like, dude, I really like her. Is she really dead? Like, she can't be dead. Like, she can't be dead. She's, like, been so viable in this show. Like, she can't be freaking dead. She can't be dead. So, I'm like, okay. And then, after a little bit, we're like, oh, good, she ain't dead. Okay, she ain't dead. So, Orin and Tasha get her in the van, and, Jess, her dad, and Liam go and find the treasure and all that stuff. So, Orin and Tasha are trying to save Agent Ross's life. I mean, yeah, she's kind of awesome. So, yeah. So, someone ends up calling on the phone, and it's Dr. Zeke. I like him too. He's cool. He's a coroner, but he's like he's like Agent Ross's like boyfriend, because she's like, dude, if I don't call in like 20 minutes, like, something wrong. Or something like that. Yeah. So anyway, he ends up calling her, and he ends up walking Tasha through the because Agent Ross had pneumothorax, that word, and so she had to like puncture a straw in her chest so that she could, in her like collar, under her collarbone, whatever. But so yeah, to like make her come back to life, and she did, which is good. But that was testy. That was really testy for a while. So that happened. And then, what else happened? So they saved her life, which is great. Orin and Tasha make a great team, by the way. I mean, they've been like, will they, won't they, for a while. Like, there's been something there, but hasn't, like, put a label on it or whatever. But then, you know, I'm like, yeah, y'all are gonna get together. I mean, y'all already got together, but, like, you know, get together. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Couple. I don't know what people say anymore. So that happened. Then, let's see what else. Yeah, so that happened. Jess and her dad are walking, and they miss a coyote in the woods. They miss a coyote statue thingy. So they fall into a trap. So a big old cage drops down on them, and they think that's it, because, you know, ain't no one there. And then they hear someone coming, and they think it's Billy. They think Billy found them. But then, thankfully, it's not Billy, because I'm like, that'll be too fast. No way. So that happened. But then, oh, yay, look who's coming. Ethan and Liam coming. So, they came, and then, what else? Yeah, so they came. I'm like, girl, you two guys, ooh. So, they try to, Ethan being so smart, and he being like a freaking Eagle Scout, or was an Eagle Scout, creates a lever to lift the cage up, and they did. And so Jess gets out, and these boys are strong because this cage is like so heavy as heck. And then her dad finally gets out. He's crawling. He's army crawling. I thought they were gonna snap. I thought it was gonna like snap him in half, not in half, but like it just the way that camera angle is, it just looks like it is. But they didn't, thankfully, because whatever. But suspenseful, like I said. So that happened. So they finally got out, and then so Ethan went back to tell the cop because cops are on their way. So he went there to tell them where they were and all that. So excuse me. So Jess, her dad, and Liam go and find the treasure and all that. So they end up going, so they make it into the cave and all that, and Billy's right behind them. And thankfully, Billy doesn't get in, thankfully. So they end up walking down in this like cave thingy. I'm like, yeah, it's our treasure. Of course, it's in a cave. All great treasures are in a cave. So that happened. And then, so they get to this point, and it's like, I don't know if y'all ever seen Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, like once they get to like the big old giant chess game, when they're about to go get the Philosopher's Stone. It's like that. But this big old thing, it's big old, all kinds of stone tiles like spread out. And they all have different symbols on them. And then there are these stone column things that turn around that have arrows in them. And they're going to shoot at them with every step they take. So Jess is like, hold up, wait. So she uses her brilliant puzzle mind. Like, this girl is awesome. Like, I love this girl. Like, she is amazing. Like, she's even more amazing than she even knows. Like, she's amazing. Like, whatever. Like, haters gonna hate. I don't know who haters, but like, oh, this show and everyone in it is amazing. So I'm like, yes, there's nothing, anything you can't do, girl. Like, dude. So that happened, and then so just like, hold up. So this is for the ink. This is the symbols for the ink for the Mayans, Aztecs, and Incas. And so they all had to jump. All three of them had to jump and all that, but it was still spinning. They all had to jump to it. So they finally made it across. Whew, they finally made it across. And then they make it into the temple. And it's huge. Like, there's this big old light thingy, big old light rock. But it wasn't called that. I don't remember what it was. Light stone? No, it was something else. I don't remember what it was. Sorry. I don't remember what it was. But just giant like crystal thing, but it was like it like lit up the whole place. And then there was treasure all around them. Like, it's all like so much gold, so much treasure. Like, her mom was right. Everything. Like, it was insane. So the treasure hunt was really worth it. They found it. And then there's a big old boom. Right when we thought they were safe. Boom. Because Billy had C4. It was in one of the double bags. And I guess she had that with her. I'm like, yeah, of course she did. Of course she did. So, she blew that up. So, she being all crazy eyes and all that stuff with her gun. Holding it at everyone. And so, Jess is like, Billy, hold up. And then Billy shoots at Jess, but wait, it ain't Jess, it's a mirror. And Jess is there with something, and she like swings like a slingshot thing almost, but it's not a slingshot thingy, and like trips Billy. And then Liam gets a gun, and he's like, I told you I was coming for you. And I'm like, yeah, you did. Don't need to flex, but like, flex. Like, no, I'm playing. I mean, yes, but I'm also playing. Like, dude, like, y'all just survived everything. Like, I can't even. Like, it's crazy. So, yeah, so everyone made it out. And, yeah, everyone finally made it out. The cops came, they arrested Billy and all that. And Billy's like, you have no idea what you've done. You're going to risk countless, all the lives you're risking or whatever. I'm like, girl, please. You'll say anything to get out of the handcuffs. Like, girl, please. You need to go. Like, girl, please, go. So, she's going to jail for a very, very long time, which is good. Excuse me, good. So, that happened. Jess and Liam are like, so. That was quite an adventure. Yeah, I'm not ready for it to end yet. Yeah, me neither. And they end up kissing and all that stuff. I'm like, good, because they were on. I didn't know what was going to happen to them. So I'm like, good. Good, you patched things up. Good. Okay, I love y'all two together. Good. Okay, great. I'm glad. So, because I love Ethan. I do. But like, and Jess and him, I'm not saying there wasn't anything. Ethan always liked her, and wanted to be more for like years, because they've known each other like their whole lives practically. But, you know, I didn't feel like Jess felt the same way. It was always Jess and Liam in my mind. No offense to Ethan, but like, it was just an unrequited love. And on Ethan's side, and Ethan was just, but Ethan's good now. He's good now, and he likes Liam. He's okay with this. Like, I don't know if he's completely okay with it, but he's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, because there was like a little hint of jealousy for like both of them at one point. But I don't know. But I like Liam and Jess together. So, anyway, so that happened. And then Ethan's like, hey, let's take a selfie in front of the treasure. And they take a selfie, and then Tasha ends up kissing like Oren, and I'm like, dude, are you serious right now? Like, dude, are you kidding me right now? Like, dude. And Jess is like, wait, are you two? Like, what? And she's like, yup, 100%, yup. Because they both, like, are pretty, like, I mean, come on, they're, like, amazing. And I knew they were going to get together at some point. Like, there was always, that, flirting going on always. So I'm like, ooh, you got to get together. Like, but she was trying to play, like, hard to get almost, but not. So I'm like, okay, that's a thing. But, like, come on. Like, come on, y'all. So let's get real. So they got together, and then, so they end up getting the treasure, blah, blah, blah. So fast forward, I forgot how long, but fast forward, they're in this big old exhibit thing of everything they found, of the treasure and all that, or a lot of things they found the treasure, and there's this whole freaking exhibit about it. It's beautiful. And everyone's dressed up, and they're amazing dresses and suits and like all that, and I'm like, oh, y'all look good. I love all that. Like, beautiful. Like, teamwork. Squad goals. So they did that. And then Liam's like, dude, I'm so sorry I'm late. And they're like, what? And they're like, he's like, I found this tape. And then he's like, and they're like, what? And he's like, it was one my grandpa did, my grandpa made in my dad's old stuff. And he's like, his eyes were like, y'all, like, dude. And I'm like, dude, what? And he's like, I found something on it. And Oren's like, another treasure-ish thing? And he's like, you could say that. And then him and Jess look at each other, and then Liam and Jess look at each other like, oh yeah. And I'm like, yes. See? There's gonna be another season. There has to be. Season 2. Amazing job for season 1. Oh my gosh, phenomenal. Like, oh my gosh, phenomenal. I love it.